You do it.
I don't want to be killed.
Did you get in a fight or something?
Oh.
Thank you.
Got into an altercation.
Ow.
I already talked about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I can't believe Amber beat your ass. I know you could beat her ass.
We're not going to talk about that.
Whitney, truth or dare? Okay, did you really start the fight with your sister, or did she start it? For real, for real, for real.
We're not going to talk about that.
She really did whoop your butt.
Oh, we're not talking about it.
Yeah, I'm done. I guess I'm done talking about it.
Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and this video is late. I apologize. I meant to have it up last night, and I was unable to. So, this is about day 13, which at this point would have been yesterday. But we have Amber on the witness stand once again, questioned by Sasha Watts. And we have Whitney Heard, or Whitney, Henriquez. I don't know how to say her last name, so we're just gonna call her Whitney. Now, the video you did see in the beginning is why I'm actually glad my video's late. That was released sometime between me going to bed and waking up, and I don't know what to think of it. It does look very staged, but it's very obvious that Whitney didn't want to talk about the conflict, we'll call it a conflict, she had with her sister. Now, she is claiming that was some made up storyline for this reality TV show she was on, which kind of seems like BS to me when she's constantly saying in the video, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. So, even so, let's get into this. So, Amber Heard, and this is going to happen a lot, immediately got the dates wrong from the incident on March 8th to March 22nd. I actually didn't realize why until later in my notes here, why she did so, and it was actually more to do with the Keith Richards photo. But we go to this painting photo, right? And there they go through text from Amber, and then Nathan Holmes, and then Amber and her mother, admitting multiple times JD was not violent in Australia, but goes on to say that it is because she feared her dad would lose it, because her father is a violent alcoholic, and I'm assuming the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And I did actually find the text later, and it's very weird that there's no answers. Did she delete her mom's answers? It's literally just Amber texting somebody. And the thing is this is so easily debunked. Now, if these were Amber's sincere text and, there was all this stuff to prove it, fine, but you can literally text yourself. Or, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But even so, they should have probably had the mother make a witness statement if these things were in fact true. But of course not. So, they bring up a painting, and that's what I talked about just a second ago, of some flamingos, to paint, Johnny in a bad light. Even Mrs. Law has had to interject, saying it was new. This whole thing was new. And, that meant that Depp could not give his side. Now, the answer changes as to the damage of the painting. Also, Amber does blame all the damage in Australia, the 3-day incident, on Johnny, because of course she does. And this is how she describes the damage. I want you to really think about what she says here. She describes the damage as mashed potatoes and gravy on the outside of the door. A bird was in the house. Blood everywhere, up and down the stairs. Blood was all over the walls with written messages. She said he burnt the cushions and lampshade and even tried to set the couch on fire. There was broken windows, raw meat all over the floor. Now, she does say, okay, I made it downstairs, and there was death metal blasting out. There was blood and glass everywhere, and the tile floor was still wet. There was broken windows. There was so much glass I could barely find a path to walk. The ping pong table was broken and on the ground. Now that's really important, because we see this painted picture, not real pictures, because of course this was the one time she didn't take photos. But why? Why is the ping pong table on the ground? I thought that's what you said he threw you through. I thought that was a big part of your accusation. He can't throw you through a broken table, let alone something on the ground. So I found more lies. So she goes on and denies, the JD finger incident. And of course she does. So she says, he held a bottle up to my face and he said he'd cut me. At some point I pushed him away and tried pushing his arms away. Her tells the court Depp damaged his finger when he repeatedly punched the wall with a cream bakelite phone, which she says smashed into many pieces. You mean this phone? In the nicest way possible. Do you mean this phone that's literally in this picture? But this photo was taken after everything was done and settled. How did it magically get put back together? It's always a mystery, right? So, they play an audio from their honeymoon of JD saying, there can be no more physical violence, and Miss Laws interjects because it proves nothing, and the judge agrees. This happens a second time with a second audio dealing with the headbutting incident, and again the judge tells Sasha to move on. Oh wait, a third time, dealing with the Bahamas. And you guessed it, Sasha is, told to move on. They do watch a video of the interior of the Bahamas house. This is actually where I got, mad. Legit mad. So, this is showing, all it is showing what happened, or what the interior looks like. So, they say, they ask Amber about it. And Amber said she was abused inside, and against the closet, and inside the bathroom. But it was cut off, because the abuse was sexual. She said not to say anything that was sexual or that should be in private. Now, reading over what she says in the transcript, it is very easy to know what she is alleging he did inside and against the bathroom and closet doors. And it's disgusting. She is a terrible person. I don't even want to read it. So anyways, Coachella birthday incident. And she denies ever using makeup for injuries, and it was her sister that vomited. And other witnesses were mistaken because their outfits were so similar. They're really similar, right, Amber? Totally different colors, but okay. They also ask why she never has bruises the day after the alleged incident. I can't stand the way this woman talks. I'm not even kidding you. She's like, well, I'm somebody. I'm recognizable. I'm a celebrity. That's why she doesn't have bruises. Because she always has makeup on and she's a celebrity. So she can get the best of the best. Okay, whatever. She also says she didn't come out when it was happening because she, wanted to save Johnny the embarrassment. She wanted to save him, his reputation. That's why it took, the divorce and the restraining order for these things to actually come out to the public. But she does say she did not benefit in her career because of him, or her finances because of him. Right. Okay. Anyways, let's move on to Whitney, which was definitely interesting, but right away they changed the dates. There's 3 things that they changed right away. She gets on the witness stand, no real actual I don't know the word. when you tell somebody something beforehand. No real actual that. So, Whitney says she has 3 changes to make. And the first one is Whitney saying that the painting incident happened March 23rd. And her and her sister cannot make up their minds, right? They keep going from the 8th, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. They literally cannot, they cannot decide when this happened. And that's not suspicious at all. My guess is because Johnny was in the hospital with his finger on the 8th, so they figured out, I need to change the dates for this to make sense. So then number 2 was the damage to the Tasia Van P painting. Went from Re to P. And she says it wasn't on the signature. It was actually on the other side of the painting. My guess is, again, because of this photo came out, I am guessing she is definitely doing her due diligence when it comes to searching the hashtag on Twitter and elsewhere and seeing, oh my God, these guys found out our lies. I'm going to switch the dates or switch the times or switch where the damage was done. Number 3, I don't know why, but she changes her allegations of JD leaking private info from People magazines to E! News. Now, my guess is that has something to do with her selling the wedding photos, but I'm not sure. So, we are on to questions, and this is starting with Mrs. Laws for Johnny, right? So, they basically established she lived in their penthouse from 2014 and 2015. She would occasionally stay after that, but she had her own home. Now, that's important to remember. She had her own home, because I'm going to remind you that in a little bit. Now, she said she never witnessed violence from either until the staircase incident. And Miss Laws also calls her on her lies, claiming she knew about the violence since, in 2013. Because that's what she says. She knew that Amber was being hurt since 2013. Because she still moved in. And the reason she moved out was the fallout of, Whitney selling the wedding pictures. Of course, she denies it. And she says, she still would have moved in. I guess if, a sibling's being hurt, you would want to be as close as possible. So I kind of get that. But they do bring up the dog out the window incident we heard about quite a while ago. And she's so super dramatic. Like, she said that he had an evil, awful laugh. And Amber cried and pleaded. Like, she legit said he had an evil laugh. Like, Johnny's sitting there with a dog out the window going, "Mwah-ha-ha-ha." Like, I just don't buy it. So, they now show the pictures of Keith Richard, where Amber has a clear face. And it was taken March 21st. And this is when I actually realized why they changed the dates, right? To March 22nd, because of this exact photo evidence. It completely, changes everything. But that's why they did it. So now we move on to this photo where Whitney admits she uses the tampon applicator when she does cocaine. And, add to this photo, everything's just a little fishy until she literally admits that it's hers. She says it is all mine. So we knew it. It was just kind of nice to hear, right? There's a lot of talk about the paintings, unfortunately, and she kind of merges the two incidents and separates them, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, their lies are paper thin, but when you can't even keep them straight to which painting happened when or what the date was or that, it's absolutely ridiculous. But we do go back to the staircase incident, and she alleges she saw Johnny throw a Red Bull at the nurse. Remember that, a Red Bull, right? So, at Nurse Debbie Lloyd during the fight. Then she says she was standing, trying during this fight, was right about to happen. She was standing with her back towards Johnny to get in between them. here's the thing. When you're trying to stop somebody from fighting, you look them face to face. So it doesn't make any sense why her back would be towards the aggressor. And that's probably because her back wasn't towards the aggressor in this situation. She probably had her back towards Johnny because Amber was the aggressor and she was trying to calm her sister down. She said she didn't see how Amber hit him, right? She didn't see how it happened. But even though she was facing her, she saw that it wasn't hard, though. Like, that sentence doesn't make sense to you. It's because that sentence doesn't make sense. It makes absolutely no sense. You didn't see it, but it wasn't hard. Don't worry. Like, okay. All right. She said, of course, Amber saved her, and she saw, Amber's hair being ripped out. She saw him punch her multiple times. Ms. Laws does say her account and witness statement are very detailed, but she seemed to purposefully omit the fact that Johnny had a bright green cast on. She said it wasn't an important detail or memorable to her. Okay, it's a big deal when you're alleging these things, when somebody is literally in a cast and cannot physically do some of these things you say have been done. So, Miss Laws then asked if she saw Amber throw anything. And she said no. And this is where I mean, okay? And this is where she oddly added, she doesn't even drink Red Bull. Nobody said anything about Red Bull. Like, was that a Freudian slip or what? Because, yeah, they talked about Red Bull when it came to Nurse Debbie Lloyd, but now you're bringing it, okay. She just said, did she throw anything? And she said she doesn't drink Red Bull. Okay. Another detail that doesn't make sense, or rather, go with the lies, is when Whitney was asked to move out of Johnny's penthouse, she said, when Johnny kicked me out, I had nowhere to go. I was sleeping on the boss's floor. Now, again, I told you to remember earlier, when she said she was staying there on occasion after she moved out, but she had a place of her own. You have your own home and you're sleeping on your boss's floor. You're either A, sleeping with your boss, or, you're lying. Probably, maybe both, who knows. But when she went back to get her stuff from the penthouse, she totally remembers the broken bed, the blonde hair, the blood. She didn't know anything about the fight on December 15th, but she remembers those things, and she just happens to remember the day that it happened. She knew the exact date it happened, but was never told about it by Amber. Okay. She also said it was her that vomited at Coachella because she was pregnant, but did say, Amber has on occasion do drugs. And then they show, some text between her and I.O. and show some CCTV in color from May 25th, 2016, 2 days before the actual restraining order date and 4 days after, Amber was supposedly beaten senseless. And Amber looks fine. Everybody's having fun. It's a good old time. Right, okay. So, in that video, it's, her, Amber, and Melanie Iglesias, Rocky Pennington, and Amanda Day Cabernet. Now, Amanda is the only one that has separated herself from Amber. Everybody else we've seen on the witness stand, or will see, Rocky today. So, but she doesn't remember it. She doesn't remember that incident at all. So, also, she does admit that Amber needs help to calm down. And that's really about it. Now, we are having Whitney back later today, and I'm going to get myself back on schedule. So I'm going to try to do comic book review later, and then my video for day 14 later again tonight. It will be up late, but it will be up. So we're going to have Whitney back, which pushes the court back a little bit. I'm not sure exactly. So then I.O. Till It Right today, Rocky Pennington, Christina Sexton, all via video links. And then Monday, the NGN, the Sun, will do their submissions and speech. Tuesday, we'll do Depp submission and speech. And it's all kind of tentative right now, right? It all really does just depend on how long today goes. And I know Rocky's already been on the witness stand, but I don't know. I don't think Io's been on, and I don't know about Christina either. So I am not exactly sure, but we will have to wait and see. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about that video in the beginning, what you thought about Amber's sister, and what you thought about the multitude of lies just by reading the actual script you can find with these people's story. Anyway, let me know. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Balls, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskar, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.